Aesop's Fable EP109, the owl who calculated the Earth's rotation. Scene 1, The Wise Owl's Curiosity. In a dense forest filled with tall trees and rustling leaves, there lived a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver loved the quiet of the night and spent his time observing the stars and the moon. But there was one thing that always fascinated him: the sunrise. Every morning, just before the sun began to rise, Oliver would sit on his favorite branch and watch as the dark sky gradually turned bright. One evening, as Oliver watched the sun set, he wondered, how long does it take for the sun to rise again after it sets? Is there a way to calculate the time I have to wait? Oliver decided to find out by calculating the time between sunset and sunrise. Scene 2, Observing and Measuring. Oliver knew that the Earth spins on its axis, causing the sun to rise and set each day. He had heard from other animals that it takes about 24 hours for the Earth to complete one full rotation, which is why we have day and night. To start his calculations, Oliver decided to measure the exact time the sun set that evening. He perched on his branch, keeping a close eye on the horizon. As soon as the last bit of the sun disappeared, he noted the time on his tree bark clock. Oliver knew that he needed to wait for the next sunrise to complete his observation. He stayed awake through the night, watching the stars move across the sky, and patiently waited for the first light of dawn. Scene 3, Calculating the Earth's Rotation. As the first rays of the sun peeked over the horizon, Oliver checked his clock again and noted the time. He compared the time of sunrise with the time of sunset from the previous evening. The difference in time would tell him how long it took for the Earth to rotate and bring the sun back into view. Oliver calculated that there were exactly 12 hours between the sunset and sunrise. He then doubled this time to account for the full 24-hour rotation of the Earth, which includes both the day and the night. Oliver was excited to see that his calculations matched what he had heard: 24 hours for the Earth to complete one full spin. He realized that by knowing the time of sunset, he could predict when the sun would rise again, and vice versa. Scene 4, Sharing the Knowledge. The next night, Oliver gathered the animals of the forest and shared his discovery with them. He explained how the Earth's rotation caused the sun to rise and set and how he had calculated the time between these events. If we know the time the sun sets, Oliver said, we can calculate when it will rise again, and if we know the time of sunrise, we can predict when it will set. It's all because of the Earth's steady rotation. The animals were amazed by Oliver's explanation. They had never thought about how the sun's movement was connected to the Earth's rotation. Oliver's calculations helped them understand the cycle of day and night, and they were grateful for his wisdom. From that day on, whenever the animals wanted to know when the sun would rise or set, they would ask Oliver, who was always happy to share his knowledge. Moral of the story: understanding the natural world through observation and calculation helps us predict and make sense of the cycles of life. By learning about the Earth's rotation, we can understand the patterns of day and night.